Hey everyone! If you've been researching lash and brow tints lately, you've probably noticed that there are a lot of great options available. With so many professional systems on the market, choosing the right one can feel a little overwhelming. Today I want to walk you through 5 common mistakes professionals make when choosing a tint line. Not because the products are bad, but because choosing the right system is more than picking a color chart. A little knowledge up front can save you time, money, and help create more consistent results for your clients. Before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. This video is intended for licensed professionals. Always follow your state board regulations, manufacturer instructions, and complete any required patch testing and client documentation before performing lash or brow tint services. Now, let's jump into mistake number 1. Mistake number 1 is going to be shopping by shade name alone. This is probably one of the easiest mistakes to make, especially if you're trying a new brand for the first time. You see a shade called light brown or natural brown and you think, perfect, that's exactly what I need. But here's the thing, shade names aren't standard across manufacturers. One company's light brown may have a warm golden undertone, another may lean cool and ashy, another might process darker than you expect. That's why I always encourage professionals to look beyond the name on the box. Instead, ask yourself, what undertones does this shade have? How does it process? Is it blendable with other shades? What does it actually look like on real clients? If the manufacturer provides before and after photos, swatches, or educational resources, take advantage of those. It's also helpful to think about the types of clients you see most often. If most of your clientele has natural cool brows, you'll probably evaluate a shade differently than someone who primarily works with warm brunettes or redheads. The goal isn't to memorize every shade from every brand. It's simply to understand how the colors in the system you're using actually perform. Because at the end of the day, your clients aren't looking at the shade name. They're looking at the results in the mirror. The second mistake is not taking the time to understand what type of tint system you're actually purchasing. Not all professional tint systems work the same way. For example, oxidizing tints and silver nitrate-based tints behave differently. They develop differently, they may offer different levels of customization, and they can wear differently over time. That doesn't necessarily make one better than the other. It simply means they're designed differently, and understanding those differences helps you choose the right fit for your business. Another thing to consider is how the manufacturer supports the product. Do they provide education? Do they offer application resources? Can you easily find mixing recommendations or troubleshooting information? If you're bringing a new service into your treatment room or training multiple providers, those resources can be incredibly valuable. When you're evaluating a new line, I like asking myself a few questions. Will the system help me create the results I want? Does it fit the way I like to work? Will it work well for the clients I see every day? And is there education available if I need it? Those questions usually tell you much more than simply asking which brand is the most popular. The third mistake is choosing a tint line that doesn't give you enough flexibility. Think about your client base for a minute. No two clients are exactly alike. You may have someone with platinum blonde brows first thing in the morning, followed by someone with coarse dark brows, then someone with gray hairs mixed throughout, and later someone who simply wants very soft, natural enhancement. If your tint line only offers a handful of shades, you may find yourself trying to make one color work for everyone. That's where flexibility becomes important. Look for systems that offer multiple shade options and the ability to customize. Being able to adjust warmth, coolness, or the depths allows you to create results that complement each client's features instead of giving everyone the same finished look. Customization is one of the things that elevates a professional service. It allows you to create brows that look intentional, balanced, and natural for the individual sitting in your chair. The more options you have with one system, the easier it becomes to personalize each service. The fourth mistake is forgetting about the developer. I think this is one of the most overlooked parts of choosing a tint system. Most professionals spend a lot of time looking at shade charts, but don't spend nearly enough time considering the developer. The developers can come in different consistencies. Some are cream-based, some are gel, some are more liquid in texture. Each one can create slightly different application experience. A cream developer may give you a little more control during application. A thinner consistency may spread differently or require a different technique. The important thing isn't deciding which texture is universally better, it's understanding how that developer works with the system you've chosen. That knowledge helps you create cleaner applications, more predictable processing, and more consistent results. Another important reminder is to always follow the manufacturer's instructions regarding the developer that's designed for that specific system. Products are formulated to work together, and using the recommended developer helps ensure you're getting the intended performance. Especially if you're newer to lash and brow tinting, taking time to understand the role of the developer can make a noticeable difference in your consistency and your confidence. The fifth mistake is constantly switching tint systems before you've really learned one. I completely understand the temptation. A new product launches, you see a beautiful before and after photo, someone posts amazing results on social media, and suddenly you're wondering if you need that system too. But here's something worth remembering. Every professional tint line has a learning curve. It takes time to understand how it mixes, how quickly it develops, which shades run warmer, which shades stay cooler, how it performs on different hair types, how it fades over time. Those are the things that you learn through experience. If you're constantly changing system, you're constantly starting over. That doesn't mean that you should never explore new products. Trying new technology and continuing your education is part of growing as a professional. But before adding another line to your treatment room, ask yourself, have I truly mastered the one I'm already using? Do I understand how it performs across different clients? Or am I hoping a new product will solve something that experience and technique will naturally improve? Building confidence with one system first gives you a much stronger foundation when you eventually decide to expand. So let's quickly recap the 5 mistakes. Don't shop by shade name alone. Take time to understand the type of tint system you're purchasing. Choose a line that offers enough flexibility for your client base. Don't overlook the importance of the developer. And finally, master one system before adding another to your treatment room. At the end of the day, great tint results aren't about finding one perfect product. They're about choosing a professional system that fits your services, understanding how it works, and using it consistently to create beautiful, reputable results for your clients. If you're trying to decide which lash and brow tint line is best for your business, leave a comment below. Our licensed professionals have performed these treatments themselves and would be happy to help you find a system that aligns with your goals and the services that you offer. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.